You get that next. You're good to go?
No. We're good on the TV though.
Okay. Let's call the meeting to order at 6:33. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome visitors. Approval of the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, there will be one modification to the agenda itself. We need to also, in addition to providing the oath of office to Mr. Glidden, we will need to fill the secretary position within the board. So we need to add that new business selection of secretary of the board.
Just want to make it E.
Sure.
Need a motion?
I'll motion.
Catherine makes a motion.
I'll second.
Jason seconds. Discussion. All in favor? 4-0.
Hold on. We have to.
Yes.
We're gonna do it now, right?
Yeah, so
I
it's
think-
3-0.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was thinking Jeremy was here. It's 3-0. 3-0. Now we need to do the oath of office for newly appointed board member, Mr. Glidden.
Let's shoot.
Stand up with me.
Yes.
I, Robert Glidden,
I,
do
Robert-
solemnly swear, I, Robert Glidden, do solemnly swear
I, Robert Glidden, solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
the Constitution of the State of Indiana.
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties
I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties
of the office of Eminence Community School Corporation Board of School Trustees, Adam Township.
of the office of Eminence Community School Corporation Board of School Trustees, Adams Township.
Welcome, Mr. Glidden.
Oh, official now.
Yep. Moving on to patron comments, which there are no patrons here tonight, so we'll move on to old business, which we have none.
Correct.
Moving on to new business, item A.
Item A, we have a request, and this should have been on last month's agenda. It is my fault. I let that slip off. I had the information, and we need to move forward on this. Our director of curriculum instruction, Mrs. Fields, along with a number of teachers from the elementary as well as the secondary side, reviewed the options as far as ELA curriculum. They have made a recommendation to move forward with Savas. It is a comprehensive K-12 curriculum, which we feel is really important. That will create consistency and eliminate or reduce gaps between instruction. So the recommendation is we move forward with this as our new curriculum, ELA K-12.
Need a motion.
I'll motion.
Catherine makes the motion. I will second. Discussion.
I'm glad we're getting the ELA curriculum under control. Can you give me a layout? Like, is it each year going to be a different subject? Can you tell me what that is?
Math will be next.
So math is going to be in 27.
26, 27, correct.
Okay.
And then following that will be at science, and then social
Science
studies to follow.
will be 28, and then social studies is 29. Okay, and then are we going to keep that same rotation, so like every 4 years?
It won't be every 4 years, it'll be about every 7, but we will review that as needed.
Every 7 start the process?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor? 4-0.
All right. One of the things that we've discovered with our success with the virtual school is that when we approach enrollment of 100, we must have a new school number. And Actually, we're coming to a point where we need to do that anyway. So currently, we've been operating under the high school, junior high school number. But as we approach that enrollment number, we have a number of students waiting in the portal right now, almost 200 students waiting for review. Not that we'll accept them all, but we will review those. We cross 100, we are required by the DOE to have a new school number. So this will start that. And you have attached the actual board resolution that would create that new school number. We have to have this information signed off by the board so that we can present it to the DOE as part of that process.
Need a motion?
No motion.
Jason makes a motion.
I'll second.
Catherine seconds. Discussion. What actually comes with the new school number?
Just think of it as if we had an additional elementary school. It's still under our district, but it is a separate school within that same district. So with the virtual academy, that's what we're looking at. It is a school that provides the same grade level instruction, 6 through 12, but it is a separate facility from what we currently have here in the building.
Oh, okay, so then they're not gonna be under at Eminent this school number. They're gonna
Correct.
have their separate number
Correct.
because they're
Still under
100,
Eminence Community Schools.
but it's
Correct.
looked at as a different school.
Correct.
In a number
For testing
wise.
purposes and everything else, yes.
Will it count towards our ISHA?
Once we cross that 100 number, no, we will not. And I've got a full breakdown. I had Mr. Callahan do some research on that. We actually talked to Mike Lewis, and we went through the process. It's a pretty detailed process in which we could, students, if they are outside of our district enrolled in virtual school, they have the opportunity to participate athletically at their home school, not here. Yes, sir.
I'll say this, so that once we cross 100, then students that are in our virtual academy can now participate
Correct.
in 10 sports.
In high school, junior high, yes, but not the high school.
But why
But if
wouldn't
they're
they? They
in-
get to choose what school they go to, and
I-
they choose Eminence.
I understand.
Why wouldn't they get to stay and play
The
sports?
IHSA said they have very strict bylaws on that. It will not allow us to do that.
So, if Johnny is in Jacksonville's district and going to school here, he can play sports at Jacksonville?
Correct. Correct.
If he's virtual.
If he's virtual.
Here,
Not
but
if
he's
he's-
playing.
Correct. It's
I
not my
don't
rule, sir.
understand the.
It's not my rule, sir. But that is what we were told by Mr. Lewis,
Who's Mr. Lewis?
one of the board members of the IHSA.
I think he's in charge, or he's way up there.
He's one of the top ones, yeah. Out of district participation at school of residence in district must attend at least one class in person. And must pass
So-
5 of 7 classes, which is our normal enrollment process, so.
But if they came here for one class and
Correct.
then took the virtual classes,
Correct.
but would those virtual classes still follow under our virtual school, or would it follow?
We would take that on a case-by-case basis to determine if we put them in the virtual school, if we enroll them locally here, and then look at alternate course lineup, so.
Because that doesn't mean we can't still offer virtual within our school.
Correct.
So like if we had an athlete.
And we still will. We will have students who are enrolled at Eminence Junior Senior High who will take a few courses online,
Yeah,
right? They are still here.
our
They're
students.
still our student. They're still under that same school number. But if they transition to SEVA, where they are fully online, right? Or they live in a distance where they are fully online, they would not have the IHSA access.
So isn't that really semantics?
It
Because if
depends.
they're enrolled in our number, they can play on our team. But if they're enrolled in the other number, they
Correct.
cannot.
Correct.
But once we get over 100, we don't have a choice.
We have to have a new number, not an
Right,
option.
after 100, you have to have
Yes.
a new number.
Oh, what'd you say we were at? I'm sorry.
Right now, we're at 42, so, but we have a significant list.
We're
Okay.
going,
We
we're
will.
expecting the fall
If,
for us.
if not by fall, by spring.
To have about 200, do you think, or more?
Possibly, yes.
But that's what we need. But I think that that's very somatic, like that's workable within range.
Well, it doesn't sound like we have much of a choice.
We don't have choice.
Right.
Okay, any other discussion?
Have you reached out to any other schools that are in that same boat and just asked?
Not those at that level, no, I have not. But I realize, I talked to someone who has experience with one of those districts, not currently there, and explained the same situation. Yes.
But honestly, though, when you think about it, if they need to come every day to practice and all that, they can't be really, really far away.
Correct.
They could be close enough to where they might be able to take a class or do some of our other virtual options.
Yeah, no, it's not, we're not having kids from Fort Wayne play sports.
Right,
I mean,
right.
that's not a thing.
You can't do that, yeah.
Okay. Alright, all in favor? 4-0.
All right, you also have a recommendation from the elementary principal, or our principal, Dr. Cooprider, regarding the grade reconfiguration. This is part of a reorganization as Dr. C has had an opportunity now to get boots on the ground, trying to identify and reduce curricular gaps and mastery learning gaps. She desires to reorganize the grade level configuration. Significantly, the big change is that 6th grade would move back to the elementary and would move out of the junior high. That actually helps us as far as staffing purposes, so it is, and it's not going to change location, and it can be handled pretty seamlessly.
No motion.
I'll
Yes.
second.
Jason makes a motion, Catherine seconds. Discussion?
So basically the change is they're not rotating classes.
Correct.
It'll be one teacher.
Correct. She's actually going to develop teams, kind of a house model. So you'll have a K1-2 house, you'll have a 3-4 house, and then a 5-6 house. And so that would be part of it. She would have an instructional leader over each one of those to help with communication purposes, not new staffing. This would be using existing staffing to provide more continuity of instruction across the board. I also like the idea because honestly what it does, it's going to allow her to create some, and allow our teachers to have some remediation opportunities that they don't currently provide, so that we can work on content mastery rather than just grade level coverage. And so I feel like this is an excellent opportunity to really provide a very strong academic foundation for our elementary students as they move through grade level.
Because you can differentiate between like that 5-6 and kind of pair them maybe with a lower group or a higher group.
Absolutely.
And differentiate when you have more than one class.
Absolutely. And so you will have an opportunity for some of those remediations. There may be mixed grade levels.
Right.
So they would be working together, but it's based on skills,
Mm-hmm.
not on grade level.
Correct.
Right.
Right. When you say like, you're talking about like a lead teacher. There'll be a lead teacher in each of those columns.
Yes.
Any other discussion? All in favor? 4-0.
And the last one I have for you is a recommendation for gutter replacement. We have been working on this process for some time now, trying to gather as much information as we possibly could to provide an informed decision on that. Mr. Lee has gone out and solicited some quotes for us to review. He is making the recommendation we move forward with B&L Metal. I have included that information in your packet. The quote is for all of the guttering, 4,110 linear feet of 8-inch commercial grade seamless aluminum guttering, along with downspouts, and this is at a cost of about, I think it's $89,400. The next quote came in at $124,000. The reason we brought it forward at this meeting instead of waiting is if we wait till after the 17th, there will be a tariff hit on materials, and so costs will go up.
Need a motion? I'll make the motion.
Good gutter guy. I'll second.
Catherine seconds. Discussion.
Why can't I get that to come up large for me?
Click on them. You've been acting weird. Click on it again,
Mine's not.
and then click on the link at the top, not the picture. No.
Oh,
Mine is there.
list right here.
Go up to over right there on the blue. I don't know. That's a change with Google.
Oh, we need somebody knows something like 5-star guy of some sort.
Yeah.
You think it's operator error? Are we in discussion?
Yes.
Is there guarantee on these?
There is a warranty. I don't have that off the top of my head, but there is a warranty with the product.
I'm looking for it.
I don't want to say 2 years, but I got to check that.
2-year contractor warranty.
There you go.
Oh, it's way overdue. Will this help with the coloration on the side, this side over here? Because is that coloration coming from the down, like the,
It is.
Gutter.
It's increased moisture, and so yes, it will help prevent further. We still have to get that cleaned up.
Yeah.
But it will help prevent future.
and water out here
Coloration,
where it
correct.
freezes and all that?
Yeah, we have issues, particularly in winter, with
Mhm.
freeze thaw that we need to get taken care of. Charlie's big thing is that this provides seamless gutterings, right? So
Yeah.
Will he be able to
Less
clean
leakage.
these things?
I'm sure they would be. 8-inch, there's a nice picture in your
Yeah, I see.
packet between the 6-inch residential and the 8-inch commercial. I think it's nice to see the visual on what that looks like.
I think the biggest thing is over time that every seam, because these are like 10 or 12-foot box gutter sections, and anytime you do that, they leak. And these will not stop leaking. And as much as I hate to spend this money, that thaws and freezes every year on the sidewalk, and somebody's going to end up getting hurt.
Mhm.
And I mean, I wish it was half this price, but it is what it is. That's just today's market. So
Yeah, and will they be able to, when will this be done?
They want to get started on it this summer.
I was gonna say, will they be able to fix it like in the front when we get this down and stuff and make
I've
it
got an
look?
update for you on that too.
Okay,
I'll do that in the superintendent's.
okay, but as long as they're willing to like,
Yep.
make sure it's all the way.
you don't want it to match.
Was there any itemization between the two quotes where we could tell, is it material costs or labor costs that were such a difference?
I didn't include the other quote for you. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. They didn't provide near the detail that B&L did. It was more of a number at the bottom, but I'll share that with you. I'll email it out to the board after session, but I did not have that on this piece.
And this looks to include everything, so.
Yeah,
This
very
seems to
thorough.
be a very drastic difference in price.
It was.
Okay. All in favor? 4-0. Okay, item E, we need to nominate a new secretary for the board since, Molly, was the secretary and no longer with us. So, nominations.
Just make them.
Just make them.
I say Jason.
Catherine nominates Jason. I will second that.
Cause I like to be the VP, not secretary.
All
You can
in discussion, sorry.
You alright with that, Jason?
It doesn't matter. All
Doesn't really matter.
all in favor?
Do I vote on that?
3,
Do I vote on that?
You're,
or-
you're sustained.
Okay.
unless you want to vote no.
I vote no.
So 3-0-1.
Oh.
Jason
Congratulations,
abstains.
Secretary.
Nice job. You get to sign everything.
Sounds like more than once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Now you're really in.
Superintendent's.
Yes.
Notes, comments.
Notes. First, I'd like to welcome Mr. Glidden to the board. Thank you for your willingness to step in and serve our community. in this role. We appreciate your commitment, and we're glad to have you as part of the team. Also want to take time to provide a brief update on a recent indoor air quality evaluation. Overall, the report was very positive. Air quality testing showed that indoor levels of mold and bacteria were actually lower than outside measured areas, which is exactly what we want to see. There were no findings that indicated widespread air quality concern in the building. There were a few minor items that were noted and we are already addressing. Number one, a slightly elevated carbon dioxide level in the music room, which was tied to ventilation. We have already been working with the maintenance department to adjust the airflow in that space. We have already corrected the issue with HVAC outside air damper. And we've also ordered our own CO2 mobile sensor so we can do our own spot checks. We had a few water stained ceiling tiles that need to be replaced. We're doing that. We have to address the leaks and replace the tiles once it's resolved. And then a procedural item, we have a designated and posted an indoor air quality coordinator. It's required, it's listed in our policy, we have it in the policy. It simply was not showing on our website. And so that has been addressed and is already updated. We are also following all required steps for posting and reporting publicly, and we'll submit our formal response within the state's timeline. At the end of the day, this report confirms our building's air quality is in good shape, and the items identified are minor and correctable. I also want to thank the board for their continued support of our staff as they worked through the process to identify a new ELA curriculum. This was a thoughtful and collaborative effort, and I appreciate the time and commitment our teachers have invested to ensure that they're selecting resources that best support our students. And finally, I'd like to invite the board and our community to the Spring Music Showcase next Tuesday evening. It's a great opportunity to see our kids' hard work and display. And a reminder that graduation is not too far away, May 22nd, 7 p.m. We look forward to celebrating our seniors. Also on the building, I met with an architect yesterday to review. We have to develop the specs for demolition before we can go for bid. So I met with George Link from VZ Perot yesterday. We walked the building. He had engineers come out today, and they are in the process of helping us develop those specs to send out for bid for demolition.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, so this is the point where we do comments from the board. We won't put Bob on the spot this time. We'll start with Catherine.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Jason?
No, we're gonna go around. Start with you, go that way.
Oh, okay, all right.
Catherine first.
I don't have a lot. Thanks for all your work. That's about all I got. Thanks
Sweet.
for coming on, Bob.
Jason.
I don't have a lot either, too. Bob, welcome to the team, welcome to the board. Look forward to working with you. That's about all I got.
Bob, you got anything?
Not really. We'll see how it goes.
The only thing I got is welcome Bob. I think it's Teacher Appreciation Week, right?
It
So
sure
I
is.
would like to thank all of our teachers, show our appreciation for them, for everything they do. And a quick note on the air quality test, that was done by the health department. So
Absolutely.
correct. The Indiana Department, or whatever they're called, of Health.
Indiana Department of Health.
Yeah, so if there was any issues, they would address it immediately. So the minor things are minor.
Yes, they are.
And just so you know, Bob, suit and tie for the graduation. We'll keep you posted on what time you need to be here. Yeah. Didn't tell him that. Yeah. Need a motion to adjourn.
He had a lot to learn. I make the motion.
Catherine makes a motion.
I'll second.
Jason seconds. All in favor? You getting in?
I don't want to adjourn.